Right then, I'm now here for my UFC 306 main card predictions now for you guys. And yes, of course, the main event is Sean O'Malley versus Merab Dvalishvili, UFC Noche at the Sphere. It's not the card that it was hyped up to be, if we're being completely honest. Not at all. Pretty underwhelming. But I'm excited for the main event, and I'm quite excited for the co-main event as well. But yeah, I'm going to go through the main card and give my predictions for the fights. So, yes, here we go then. We will, of course, be starting with the first fight on the main card, Ronaldo Rodriguez versus Oedo Osborne. Again, first of all, don't know how this fight is actually on the main card, but it is what it is. We're going to have to just do what we're given. I think Ronaldo Rodriguez will probably win this fight. I don't know how Oedo Osborne's actually still with the UFC. 12-7. Like, that's not a record to have in the UFC. You know, he's been losing a lot recently as well, Oedo Osborne. You know, he's definitely best on the feet, 100%. Yeah, he is quite light on his feet, Oedo Osborne, to be fair, and, can jump in, land some good shots on you, to be fair, but he leaves himself so open, and he kind of has that, likes to stand hands down quite a lot and stands and, sometimes he's a bit square on. He's there for openings, in my opinion. And Ronaldo Rodriguez has got a decent ground game. So I think he's going to use that against Oedo Osborne, to be fair. And I see Ronaldo Rodriguez just dominating Osborne on the ground for 3 rounds in a pretty boring fight, to be fair. Yeah, I really think we're going to see a real heavy, strong game, a real heavy ground game here from Ronaldo Rodriguez against Oedo Osborne. Rodriguez has, he has got a decent shot selection on the feet as well, but I think the most smartest thing to do here would probably be, stick with the ground game. That's probably how Ronaldo Rodriguez will come into this fight, because Osborne can cause the odd issue on the feet, but he's not exactly it. He's nowhere near a high-level fighter and shouldn't be in the UFC anyway. And I think Ronaldo Rodriguez will make easy work out of it, can just, control Osborne for quite a lot on the ground. Osborne will have no answers whatsoever. So, yeah, Ronaldo Rodriguez will win this fight, and it's not going to be too difficult for him. Okay, next up, we've got Daniel Zellhuber versus Esteban Ribovic. I think Daniel Zellhuber should win this fight, if we're being real. He's massive for the division as well. Massive for the division. Very tall, quite broad as well. Strong guy. But, yeah, I think Zellhuber's pretty good, to be fair. He does like to plod forward quite a bit at times. But, he does put his shots together really well, uses his reach well. He's good behind the jab. He's very good at being able to dictate the pace on the feet. I think Zellhuber will probably prove here he's a different level to Esteban Ribovic, to be fair. I think Zellhuber's on another level. I think I think Zellhuber's pretty good, to be fair. I do rate him. And, he is big for the division as well. He's going to be difficult for someone like Ribovic to get out of there and try and push the pace against. So, yeah, I think Zellhuber should win. I don't see it being overly difficult for him either. But, yeah, it's one that Zellhuber should win. I'm going to say just gets a big decision win, to be fair, but he's just going to be dominant for 3 rounds. That's what I'm going to say. Daniel Zellhuber for the win. Okay, next up, we've got an interesting one here. Brian Ortega, T-City versus Diego Lopez. Good fight, to be fair. I'm pretty hyped up for this one. I quite like both guys. I really do like Brian Ortega's ground game. And Diego Lopez, I think, is great all round. I think Diego Lopez is very good on the feet, times his moments well, lures you in quite a lot as well, then likes that good uppercut on the inside. Lopez is very smart with his moments. He's very smart with his takedowns, jumps onto submissions really quickly as well, Diego Lopez does. Brian Ortega, likes to, does like to take his time with the ground game quite a bit, to be fair. But, Brian Ortega can control you on the ground well. Brian Ortega can get some good moments on the feet as well. But I don't think Ortega is going to want it too much on the feet against Lopez. I think Lopez is definitely the better striker than what Ortega is. Lopez has got good power in his hands as well. Lopez, I think there are a few holes in his striking defense, but I don't think that's going to be overly troubled with when you're fighting someone like Brian Ortega, who isn't really a striker and doesn't really have the best of power. But Lopez on the feet, he has a good shot selection, and he's very good at timing for takedowns and jumping onto submissions very quickly as well. Lopez just seems like the big up-and-comer in the division, to be fair, and I'm expecting big things from him. I'm expecting Diego Lopez to beat Brian Ortega. That's what I'm saying. I'm predicting a Diego Lopez win. Ortega looked good against Rodriguez, to be fair, but I don't see him beating Diego Lopez. I think Lopez is too good. I see him finishing off Brian Ortega, and I actually see him knocking him out, but it could be submission. It wouldn't surprise me. I know Brian Ortega will be pretty hard to submit, to be fair, though. Yeah, but Brian Ortega is very difficult on the ground. He is, but again, Lopez is, I think, is going to show a different level. But I'm going with a knockout for Lopez. I see him catching Ortega when he's coming in, to be fair. I think sometimes Ortega does telegraph his takedowns a bit and can just get caught coming in. I think Lopez is going to do that. I see Lopez getting Ortega out of there early. People say, we couldn't even get Ige out of there on 3 hours notice, but Ige's a very tough guy, though, and Ige's quite smart. But yeah, I think Ortega is just going to walk onto something from Lopez, and I think Lopez is going to get Ortega out of there. I'm going to say in round 1. It's a bold one. It's a very bold prediction, but I'm going with Diego Lopez in the first round. That's what I'm saying. I really do like what I see from Diego Lopez. I really do. Okay, then. Next up, we are on to our co-main event, the trilogy between Aleksandar Grasso and Valentina Shevchenko. Oh, God, where am I going to go here? Obviously, it was a very impressive display from Aleksandar Grasso in their first fight. Second fight, I actually thought Shevchenko nicked it. Obviously, both very good on the ground, and both can get some very good moments on the feet as well. I thought Grasso got good moments on the feet, won some good exchanges, and, also was able to get some decent control time over Shevchenko in the second fight. Shevchenko was also able to get some decent control time over Grasso and get some good, the better of some good exchanges on the feet as well. I think if this fight goes the distance, I think it's most likely that the decision will get given to Grasso. I think the judges will be in favor of her. If it's a close decision, I'm actually going to go with Valentina Shevchenko to win the fight. I thought she won the second fight. I thought she did enough, to be fair, but it was very close. I think Shevchenko is going to be able to get the better of some good exchanges on the feet. I think she's going to play it smarter, and I think she's going to time her takedowns well. And I think she's going to, keep on that working on that, and trying to get the control time over Grasso. And I think it's Shevchenko's time this time. I do. I think it's going to be more dominant. I think it's going to be a decision win. I know how I was saying if it's a close decision, then Grasso is likely to win. But I think Shevchenko can make this one more convincing, to be fair. I do. I think she'll be able to control Grasso much easier than what she previously was. I just had that feeling. Shevchenko is going to make this one more easier. And I think she's going to be able to get some good moments in the exchanges on the feet as well. So I'm saying Shevchenko wins. This could be a real swing and miss, though, to be fair. I think, I've seen most people are picking Grasso, but I'm being a bit different here, and I'm going to say Valentina Shevchenko wins this fight via decision. I think it'll be a bit more convincing this time. That's what I'm going to say. Okay, and then we, of course, get on to our main event, Sugar Sean O'Malley versus Merab Dvalishvili. I've been thinking about this one a lot today, and I was kind of thinking Merab would win, but I'm going with Sugar Sean to win. I'm going with OMalley. I think he's going to catch Merab when he's come in. And the thing about Merab is, if we're being completely real, Merab is not really a skill fighter at all. He's got a very average striking game. And let's be real, Merab, he can't control you on the ground. He's just got that really good cardio, which, he can just keep on consistently coming at you. But he's always doing the same thing, Merab. I think he is a strong guy, and he does control you up against the cage, but he does no damage at all, really. He's got nowhere near the striking of what Sean O'Malley has. Sean O'Malley is 100% one of the best strikers in the UFC right now, and in the whole sport in general. And I think O'Malley makes it really difficult to take him down, and I think O'Malley would be able to use his range quite well as well to keep Merab off him. O'Malley's going to be looking for counters a lot as well, and I just think O'Malley's got great IQ, which I think, he's not gonna fall for Merab just doing the exact same thing all the time. To be fair, he's not. I think O'Malley's going to eventually be able to find Merab out. Merab is a tough guy, though. He's going to be difficult to get out of there, and Merab will have his moments where he is shooting for takedowns, but. Yes, as I said, Merab has got good cardio and he can keep it up, but I don't see him not being caught by Sean O'Malley by a big knee, which O'Malley likes to throw. We saw it against Vera. We saw it against Sanhagen. O'Malley does like to push the pace as well behind his jab. I think we need to see a lot of big feints from Sean O'Malley here as well. Make it difficult for Merab to keep him down. O'Malley's got good movement as well to, just keep you away from him and keep away from that takedown threat that Merab's got. And I think O'Malley's going to eventually catch Merab with something big, and he's going to get him out of there. So I'm going to say O'Malley gets a KO. It might be late round 2. Late on in round 2. I'm going to say late round 2, Sean O'Malley gets the win over Merab. I was going to think round 3, but late round 2, I think O'Malley's going to eventually figure Merab out, and I think he's going to get him out of there. But it's an exciting one because Merab can win, but the UFC need O'Malley to win badly as well. We can't have Merab win. He's so ridiculously boring. I mean, is he worse than Bilal? I don't know, but I'm going with an O'Malley win. Anyway, thanks for watching this video, King. I'll speak to you in a bit. Thanks for watching. Peace out.